What's good? All right, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna jump into it, fam. We're gonna jump right into it.
Okay.
All right, hold up. You gotta have the camera on you. You gotta have the camera
I
on you.
got you. I got you. I'm just switching out the phones.
Okay.
I got you.
We got multiple phones. Okay. All right, you ready?
Yes, I
All
am.
right. All right. Which zodiac signs are the worst? Sagittarius, Aquarius, Cancers, or Pisces?
No! The worst?
Yeah.
The worst? So, uh, worst meaning what?
Like the worst zodiac sign to date or be with.
I don't think any of them is the worst. That's the thing.
If you had to choose, though. If you had to
If I
choose.
had to choose, it will probably be a Libra. Because I feel like Libras are boring. I feel like they're boring people because they just want to just like focus on balancing shit. They just want to like have everything put together, and I feel like as an Aries, that's very boring because I'm very free spirited and expressive. So I like to, I'm very spontaneous. The fire in me just want to go, go, go. Libras just want to be just like, they want to focus.
So you hot, hot, hot.
I'm spicy hot, okay?
Can I find that out? Can I taste that? Can I get a sample of that?
I don't
I
know.
want to know.
It's too hot.
I want to
I don't
know.
like.
I like my wings spicy. I like my wings spicy and mild.
Do you like to cry? Do you like to cry having like snot come out your nose type spicy?
What Joe does he say? I cry for you. Goddamn. So all right. What's the sneakiest, most lying, manipulative zodiac sign is?
I guess Gemini.
Well, I'm a Gemini.
They
Why Gemini? I'm a Gemini myself.
have two sides. I feel like a Gemini can switch up on you. Like they got two personalities. Like for real, they have two sides to them. So I feel like they could be the most sneakiest if they want to. They can hide and hide things from you easily.
Okay. What's the longest time you ever gone without physical intimacy?
What's the longest time I ever did
What's
what?
the longest time you ever gone without physical intimacy?
2 years.
What was that feeling like?
It was very cool for me. It was very. I focused on other things. I didn't let it be a big thing in my life. I was young.
Mm. How old you was when you did it?
I was 26, 25.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. I bet your room had sound like a barber chair in there. Like you was at the barber
I
shop.
wasn't even masturbating. That's the funny part. I wasn't even masturbating at 25.
Oh wow! So now you was Virgin Mary.
I didn't get the concept of touching myself. Like honestly, at the age of 25, I wasn't touching myself. I was very like, it was just like a weird thing for me to do until I met a woman and she was telling me how important it is for women to be intimate with themselves first. And she was like, go in the shower, and I was like, what?
So
Right?
where you keep your toys at?
Where I keep my toys at right now? On
Yeah.
my bed. Right now, my toys is like grabbing a drink of water.
Okay. How many toys you got? Should every woman have a toy? Should toys?
I'm not gonna say every woman should have a toy. I feel like if you know that your sex drive is high, you should have a toy. I feel like you should have a toy. It's nothing wrong with having a toy. Nothing wrong with breaking off some steam because, like I was telling you before, while I was single, and just even now, just going through the things that I'm going through and having to, handle things on a day-to-day basis, I get frustrated. And when I bust a nut, I sleep like a baby. I be feeling good, and it takes off a lot of that like tension from your body. So, I personally think that women should have toys.
Okay, cool, cool. What's the worst lie that can be told against a man?
What's the worst lie
Yeah, what's the worst lie that can be told against a man?
against him?
Yeah.
Probably that he's unfaithful without having proof. I would say that again. That's against him.
Okay. At what point did you realize you're an adult?
At what point did I realize I was an adult? When
Yeah.
I went to jail.
And what you went to jail for?
I went to jail for drug trafficking.
Damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, how old you was?
I was 26. Yeah.
Damn. How fucked up was you?
It wasn't fucked up. I ended up doing 2 years in, and I did 2 years probation with some house arrest and on the ankle monitor.
Oh, you did 2 years in jail?
Prison.
God damn. What
Yeah.
was that like?
It was very. It was challenging at first for the first 6 months, but the rest of it was a
For
journey.
your
I'm
first
very.
offense?
Huh?
It was your first offense?
Mhm.
Damn, they gave you 2 years?
Mhm. Based on it was my first offense, they really wanted to give me 4. That's what I was looking at.
Holy.
Yeah, I guess in the different states is different. Because I was in Florida, they wanted to send me back to New York, but I didn't. They told me once I have family in Florida, I can stay in Florida, and that's how I ended up being in Florida. I initially moved to Miami because I caught the charge in Miami. So
Yeah.
they based your like your where you've been at life, your first offense, what kind of charge it is, and they have like levels, and then they could like lower your sentence, and then you get time off if you like on good behavior. So I was looking at 4 years, but my lawyer, I had a public defender, and she really like fought for me, like really fought for me. So
Damn. On your first offense, they gave you time. Damn.
yep,
What was it like?
yep.
What was it like in prison? Somebody who never been to prison before.
It was scary. The first 2 weeks I didn't eat. I didn't speak. People thought I was a mute. Um, yeah, it was very scary because then you see your life like a movie, like movies. Like if you watch shows and you see prison cells, you see it firsthand, and then you see the food, and you see how women are being treated, how you see how men are being treated, and you get scared. Like these people they have control when you go to sleep, when you take a shit, when you speak, when you want to go and get medication. Like they control all of that, and you don't know what's going on in the outside world. But then here you are in prison, and then you start seeing the world inside of jail, because then you realize you have cliques. You had the good girls, you had the Christian girls, had the workout people, you had the gossip people, you had people that were doing drugs in prison, you had the education people. It was just like something for everyone to do. Like it
Mm-hmm.
was just the world outside of the real world, and you had to know what do you want,
Right, right.
I learned a
So,
lot there.
it, as I was about to say, like, what you did to pass time?
I've looked for God.
To, oh
I
wow.
asked questions. I grew up in a Christian home, but growing up, I wasn't like. By the time I turned 16 and I didn't have to go to church, I stopped going. Like it was party, party, party for me. And then when I got in trouble and went to jail, I went back, just to that way. And I wanted to know, like, well, how did I end up in this situation? Like,
Just
what
made a
did I,
bad choice. They cautious.
yeah, what
Your
did
choice
I
was
do?
cautious.
What can I learn from this experience? Like, why am I here? What is the lesson in all of this? So I went on a God journey. I went on a spirit journey. I wanted to know who God was.
With that being said, did 2 years. What the crazy thing you seen behind that wall?
The most craziest thing,
Yeah.
I seen
Yeah, it was crazy thing to see.
probably like the officers and the inmates having sex.
You had caught somebody doing that?
I didn't catch them, but yeah, that's what was happening. I knew it was happening
How you knew it was happening?
because we will talk about it.
But you
We
never
will
seen
talk
it.
about it.
You never
But we
caught
no,
nobody.
no, 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 no. I never was the lookout. You had, the inmates had who they want to look out, who wants to be the lookout. I was just amongst the conversation of,
And they
you
had guys
know,
that worked there. They had guys that worked there.
men officers, yeah, and females. It was a whole female and a female thing going on. Yep.
So who was having sex with the inmates more, the females or the guys?
It was more the females. The
Mm.
females, every time we seen a handsome, you know, chocolate officer, his uniform is nice. Even Spanish guards, you know, it was like fresh meat to us. Like honestly, it
They
was
gave
fresh
in.
meat.
They caved in.
Who, the women?
No, the guys.
Some of them, but the thing is, you learn who you can like try, or who you can fuck with, because then the officers will give them kind of like the go ahead. They will start like kind of like doing little things, like giving the girls a pass on certain things, on like different contraband. So you will know who is about that life and who's just nah. Don't even try to flirt with him because he's more serious. He followed the book, so you knew who was about the book and who used the book to basically to their advantage when they needed to. So
You never had sex with officers or something. Okay.
I didn't get into them circles.
Right.
I was just about God.
Okay. Any girls get they get you got any
I
girls get
did.
turned out?
I did. I had me a little girlfriend. It was a little cool. But yeah, I had me a little girlfriend for a
You
few
said
months.
Paul? She was a white girl?
No, um the same, it was a woman, she the one who introduced me to like masturbation, and we end up having a little fling, a little thing in prison and outside, because when I came home and then went to go meet her family and meet her kids, and she came home, we hooked up again, and we spoke as friends, but it didn't work out.
Okay. What y'all used to masturbate back there if y'all ain't had dildos?
Huh?
What y'all used to masturbate back there if y'all didn't have
The
dildos?
showers. The showers. That's what they used to masturbate. The showers. It was a specific shower in the bathroom, all the way down to the end, and the pressure for the shower was just always heavy. It was two of them, one
Okay.
at the end and one in the front, and then I think it was one in the middle too. But the one in the middle was always taken,
Mm.
so you always had to go down to the end. So the pressure for those showers were at a speed or height where you can literally like put your legs up and masturbate.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Uh, what was the food like in there?
So the food because first I was in the county, and the food was a mess. In the county and the detention centers is a mess. When you actually get to federal prison and you get to like the camps, like the big prisons, the food is great. So on Mondays, I think it was fish. No, fish was Friday. Chicken day was Thursday. Wednesday, I think, was like beef, like pot, like spaghetti or something. Tuesday, Monday and Tuesdays was some. I think Monday was chicken day, because every Monday people get excited to go to the to go eat, and then we would take the chicken back to ourselves, and we'll make like fried rice,
Okay. Okay.
chicken chow mein.
Did your family send you money to
Huh?
visit you? Did your
Yeah,
family send you?
so my family, yes. So I had an aunt. She used to put money in my books every month. Like every month, I was getting like $200, and then it went from every month for the first 6 months she did it, and then every 3 months she would send me $300, and basically it will last me. So I didn't really need to do anything. I mean, the food was, I guess it was expensive because you wasn't really working for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So the $300 would have to like last me until she sent money again. And then when she didn't send money, I would have to do some kind of hustling. So I worked in a library, and at that time, I used to sell books and papers and the construction paper, pencils and pens to all the girls who like to like draw and do fancy cards and stuff. So
I know that.
yeah.
Okay. We're gonna switch it up. What are the signs that a person you are trying to lie to already knows the truth?
What are signs?
What are the signs that a person you are trying to lie to already knows the truth?
Signs? I guess they're eye contact. I feel like if I feel like I know when someone is lying, and not telling the truth, if they could really look me in the eye and hold it.
Okay. Tell everybody what street smarts is.
Tell everybody what street smart is. I feel like street smart is knowing the language. Knowing the language, like knowing, driving codes. So I don't really would consider myself really, I guess, street smart, but not so much. Um, but I think it's just knowing the language, knowing how, I don't want to say black people, knowing how the culture, knowing the culture of people. And, being in Florida, their street smart is different from New York street smart. Certain things in New York you don't do on the streets, or you just don't let strangers do. Crackheads or homeless people do. Florida, they're okay with homeless people walking up to your door or your car, knocking on the window and asking for food. And in New York, you do that shit, you want to fight? Like, what's up? Like,
Right. So when it comes to relationships, so you use your street smarts or book smarts?
relationships, book smart.
Why book
I
smart?
feel like I feel like I would say book smart because when it comes to like relationships, you're talking about emotions. And when you talk about emotions, you have to understand them, and you have to know how to you have to understand them, and you have to then know how to basically speak those emotions. A lot of people react out of emotion, and they don't speak on how they feel. They don't use their logic. So I would say book smart, because to be book smart, you got to read a lot of books. You have to understand your own mind. You have to know how you think to actually like come across in relationships as book smart and or just emotionally intelligent.
What are three words better than I love you?
I appreciate you.
Uh, huh. Aside pregnancy, what can you use to tie a man down?
Besides what?
Besides pregnancy, what can you use to tie a man down?
Food.
Why do women give out their number to a guy they don't find interest instead of telling them no?
Insecurity.
Uh, huh. Whew. What's a bad habit that you have?
Me?
Yeah.
Procrastination.
Do you say thank you after having sex with your partner? After
But my
smashing?
partner,
Yeah.
sometimes. It just depends. Like right now, me and my partner, he lives in a whole different country. So when I do see him and we do have sex, I say thank you because I love him and I want him to know that I appreciate what he's given to me. It's not just sex. So
So,
yeah.
long distance relationship?
Hmm.
That's interesting. What is something people tend to do when they are drunk?
Talk shit.
Facts. Okay. Do you still believe in love?
Oh shit. Yes, I do believe in love.
Are you texting? Looking down.
No, I was still live on TikTok and I didn't even realize. I thought I closed it. So I guess everything we were talking about, it said they restricted my live. So
Oh, facts. Okay. What is the most attractive thing someone could do for you?
most attractive thing someone can do for me.
Yeah.
cook me food.
Facts, facts. Yeah, that's sweet right there.
it
What job would you never accept regardless of the pay?
would be never no job that I accept regardless of the pay.
You say no job?
Yeah, there's no job that I would. It was you know just going to prison alone and understanding that like when you hit the bottom, you hit the bottom. And when you're trying to come up and you're trying to make something like good, honest living, nothing is a bad job. Nothing is a. I used to say that I would never work at McDonald's, and I ended up working at McDonald's, and McDonald's helped me pay my bills,
I
and I
worked
was
there.
really
I had worked there too. Though it was very humbling.
yeah, very humbling. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you could be famous for one thing, what would it be?
My love, my contribution, my inspiration,
How do you deal with frustration?
my rose.
Your role? Hey, okay, okay. Well, how long should sex last?
How long my rose
No,
lasts?
no. How long should sex last?
Oh, how it should last for as long as the person can go. For me, I feel like it should last forever. That's
Okay,
not even realistic. So you know,
okay, okay. Does social media make you feel happier or sadder in general?
social media makes me feel. Does it make me feel happy or sadder? It's bittersweet
Mm, why bittersweet?
because social media is very detrimental to people who desire, who want and crave success, and there's so many fake fabricated everything on social media. Like people can literally dress up and say yeah, I got it all together, but their lives are shambles. And I feel like a lot of times people who have not seen that rate of success where it's big homes and nice things, we compare
Mm,
ourselves. There's a lot of comparison to even the time. A lot of people think you have to be at a certain point in your life at a certain age, and that's not true. Because we all was raised under different circumstances, different cultures, different backgrounds, and different traumas. So there's really no time on when you should be successful. But when you get on social media, it's telling you a whole different story. It's kind of like you're wasting time. What are you doing with your life? And so then it creates this rapid chase and this that this very stimulation where you feel like you gotta go, and you don't need to. Sometimes you just need to sit down and shut the fuck up. Just wait your turn. And I feel like social media, for me personally, I've been through that where I felt like, okay, and especially just being in prison, I already wasted 2 years of my life,
hmm
and then you come out, you see social media, and it's like going crazy, and I'm just like, holy fuck, like. I know I have a great personality. I know that I have a vibe to me, and I'm just like, well, why am I not at 20K? Like, what am I doing wrong? So I start doubting myself. I
Right.
start doubting
Right.
my own
But
inability.
you gotta realize, social media is really is a facade. People post what they want people to see on there, and
Exactly.
they just show their highlight reel. They don't show you when they behind on rent, their car note,
Right.
their car getting removed, or when they get an eviction notice or lights getting cut off. They don't post that. They only post what people want them to, what they want others they want art to see, or how
Right.
what they trying to people to perceive in the
Yes.
image. So
Yes. So
I
that's why I
don't
think that's why I say bittersweet, because some people won't look into all of that. Some people will really sit at home and compare their lives to other people.
yeah, you gotta be careful with it though. You gotta have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be very mature handling social media because now it can ruin your fucking life. All right, I got a few more. Why is society empathetic to gay men than they are straight men?
Pity. I feel like I feel like it's I feel like it's a sense of sorrow.
Mm, okay. What's the difference between a bride and a wife?
Oh, who and a wife?
What's the difference between a bride and a wife?
A bride is just a title. A wife is like a wife. A wife is a wife. The bride hasn't even become the wife yet. So a bride is just a woman in a nice white dress maybe going to her doom or going to her destiny. A wife is someone who is now in it, who's in the thick of it, and
Mm-hmm.
they, for based on their vows, now you are testing the waters and challenging, because for better or worse, sickness and health, those
Mm-hmm.
things happen in your life. So
Mm-hmm.
when you become a wife now and
Mm-hmm.
you're in the thick of it, are you going to follow your vows, or are you going to denounce them and act like, you just put on a dress and had this man spend his money on this nice fancy wedding just for say that you a wife?
Well, where's the kicker is though, a lot of them get married just for the party. They don't
Right.
want to put in the work and grind. And the court system make money off it because over 50 million people get a divorce a year, and they make over $50,000 from the average divorce. So it's really a money thing. They want you to divorce. They betting on you to divorce anyway.
Yeah.
So, all right. Would you rather have back shots from King Kong or the Hulk?
Oh,
Why? Okay. Why you chose the Hulk? Why you going with the Hulk with it?
because I can't imagine getting king. I can't imagine getting backed up from a gorilla. That's just weird. That's like, I don't know. I feel like I would look at Hulk more human, just a bigger human than gorilla. Even though I love King Kong, but I just know.
Okay. All right. This is the last one. What's the reason for women getting married if they did lose their virginity to their husband?
How their upbringing, conditioning from the upbringing, thinking